This 13 acres of land was covered with greenery. There were mango plantation, sapota trees, and teak and coconut plantation and all that. Reminded me of my past. So the thought was after that was that feeling that we are going to bring all this down. Like any project of this kind would happen, that you would have to bring all this down and then start constructing on top of that. So I had kind of sleepless night after that. I met Mr. Suhas Lunkat and told him that this is what I feel, that it's really sad that we need to bring all this down. So he said, retain as much as possible. That was very, very encouraging for us, that he wants to retain. Then we thought that okay, we retain in the middle the whole farmland and start building around it, everything facing this green, and people, you can, the feeling started coming that you give people a chance where they stay next to this farmland. At the same time you have this city life. That approach changed everything, and we started designing in that way. So when we started designing, this site had a relatively narrow but long entry. So we had a long driveway with trees on either side of the driveway, and the blocks were placed as a linear block around this orchard on either side of it. So every house had a view of the orchard or toward the open space on the other side. At ground floor level, the whole vehicular movement happened in the periphery. So the entire remaining area, the orchard and the built environment, does not have any vehicle coming. The vehicle directly goes onto the basement. There is a deck with the poles and the greenery at the base of this structure, the residential structure, which is like a transition space between the farm, the orchard which we have, and to the unit. At the 13th floor level, we have this sky deck, which is an open space at the more of an extension of the orchard onto the 13th floor. And at that level, you look on one side to the orchard, and the other side you have the view of the lake, which is there on the other side. In our planning, we see to it that every unit gets perfect ventilation. It's always, the rooms will always have these windows facing outside, and no room in the apartment is without any air coming in. So this is always good for the health of the people. When it comes to lively light, again, the light is good for everybody's health when we conserve energy. And again, we see to it that every room is lit properly. Privacy is very important when we are in the urban situation. What we have done is we have placed the blocks in a linear format. So it faces either the orchard onto one side or the lake on the other side. So none of the unit face each other. They are always facing the greenery or the lake on the other side. And this is very important, because you will have this freedom of opening your windows and coming out to your balcony and spending the time outside and enjoying nature outside. So this is one of the important features of this design. Smart spaces are important. We need to utilize every inch of the house. So the spaces are designed in such a way that none of the spaces are redundant. Every space is designed for utilization. So these are important features of this design.
Construction industry is a second or third largest impacting industry in the world when in terms of sustainability. Given that, construction industry is a great place to also make a change. So Upavan is a good, exciting project because it's a little outskirts of Bangalore, but in the direction where there's going to be population boom in the next few years. So one of the first goals we set was how can we be a community which has zero water discharge, which inherently meant also that can we reduce the amount of fresh water we purchase from outside. We have decided that technology is going to help us greatly with the aid of sensors and smart meters, and now residents paying for what they consume as opposed to a generic water costing. We found that we could actually reduce the consumption further, and we also wanted to make it aesthetically strong to fit into a project of the title Upavan. So we've designed ponds and bioswales. These are traditional Indian techniques which are ways to capture water and keep the rainwater within the project so that we reuse it. So with that design, we have maximized rainwater consumption. Now beyond that, we realized we need some more sources of water with the goal, remember, that zero discharge and nearly zero tanker purchase. With that as goal, we realized that we need some more water for consumption. Everything other than your toilet and kitchen where you would wash especially meat is black water, everything else is grey water. And this water is now accepted, approved by everybody, that it doesn't require the kind of treatment we do for traditional sewage. So now we've designed in such a way that excess treated water and excess runoff rainwater feeds into a pond, keeping a pond 365 days wet, and around it we have campsites. So you're taking care of your water, you have now integrated your customer engagement, your resident welfare, resource constraint, and being future ready as far as water is concerned together. Now, the other aspects of sustainability which have been integrated here are waste management. It's been exciting to see how we got the affirmative approach from the designers, so that we have designed to set up a biogas plant which will take care of the wet waste and convert into renewable energy, so that the again need from BESCOM for lighting common areas is reduced. So between the solar setup on the rooftop and the biogas, we are ensuring that all the common areas have no dependency on BESCOM.
So we have introduced, alongside the orchard, we are introducing different diversity of tree species that are both flowering and fruiting. So the whole aspect is also about connecting the community to this diversity. Many of the flowering species are also medicinal, and there are certain tree species like custard apple and rose apple that we want the children to connect with, and bring an aspect of this nature to their childhood. This apart, we are also introducing a lot of medicinal herbs which will be part of the bioswale and other areas that we are recreating on the sustainability side. And the medicinal herbs that we are talking about, it could just be leaves plucked and used for common ailments like cold and cough. And that's also one aspect that we would like to reintroduce back to the communities, where the communities are also connecting back to the tradition.